25 Best PSP Casual Games. Number 25, Midway Arcade Treasures Extended Play. While it's great that the multiplayer games in the collection offer local wireless multiplayer, a lot of the games are so sloppy that you probably won't want to bother. If the emulations were better or if the game featured a few more options, this collection might be worth recommending, but as it stands, it's nothing more than unfulfilled potential. Number 24, Stacked with Daniel Negreanu. What it ultimately comes down to with Stacked is just how much you want to play a realistic offline game of Texas Hold'em. There's certainly no shortage of ways to play this game on the internet, but playing against online players doesn't always provide you with much feedback on how your game stacks up in a real game.
Eight of Hearts, 7.
Number 23, The King of Fighters Collection, the Orochi Saga. While it doesn't quite reach the level of fighting game goodness that you would find on the console version, the King of Fighters Collection for the PSP is not a bad alternative. It's good to see quite a collection of games that make up this great franchise, and even more so with a few extras tossed in as well. Number 22, Crazy Taxi Fare Wars. Although you can't call the Crazy Taxi or Crazy Taxi 2 great games anymore, these games could still have made for a decent little handheld release if it weren't for Fareware's control issues. Fans might still be able to take it away a bit of enjoyment from simply being able to play Crazy Taxi and Crazy Taxi 2 on the go. Number 21, Buzz Brain Bender. Brain Bender is a decent entry into the genre for Sony, although it doesn't do enough to distinguish itself from its peers. Nevertheless, if you're looking for a mental workout on the PSP, then Brain Bender definitely has the capacity to stretch your synapses. Number 20, Capcom Puzzle World. There are plenty of valid faults to level against Capcom Puzzle World, but the inclusion of a really good version of Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo more than makes up for those faults. It might not deliver on the advertised world of puzzles, but Capcom Puzzle World is still one of the better choices for PSP puzzle fans. Number 19, World Championship Poker 2 featuring Howard Lederer. If you're the kind of person that'd rather just pick up a deck of cards and call somebody's up for a quick game, World Championship Poker 2 won't do an awful lot to get you into video game poker. But for those who enjoy console, handheld, and PC poker, WCP2 is simply the best there currently is.
Gonna see a flop.
Number 18, Is I and II Chronicles. Is I and II Chronicles on the PSP is a very old game design with a slightly old coat of paint on it, finished off with the gloss of an all-new soundtrack. Only consider it if you know you're in the mood for an intentionally obtuse old-school journey that'll have you searching for an online guide in the first 5 minutes.
This game.
Number 17, World Poker Tour. World Poker Tour for the PSP is a competent game of poker with a solid roster of features, good gameplay, and a worldwide license. Those who are seriously into poker and simply must have something new to play on their PSP won't do themselves wrong by checking out World Poker Tour.
I fold.
He's not gonna play this hand.
Okay, I'm gonna raise.
He is folding.
I raise again.
Number 16. Atari Classics Evolve. Atari Classics Evolve is a complete package for those who have fond memories of playing the originals of yesteryear. Still, for those who have a soft spot for Battlezone or Missile Command, will find that many of the classics are represented well, but others just don't play as good as they should. Number 15. Buzz Master Quiz. Challenging and loads of fun. Buzz Master Quiz is the perfect road trip companion to take along with you to share with friends. As a single-player game, Master Quiz just doesn't cut it, but there's multiplayer fun to be had for those who enjoy a fun game show title fit for the PSP.
1994's Streets of Philadelphia.
Number 14. SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. If you missed out on the Neo Geo and you want to experience some nostalgic goodness, this compilation works well. However, the PSP version has some loading problems and wonky multiplayer gameplay, but gaming on your own is just perfectly fine. Number 13. The Silent Hill Experience. This interactive disc works like a fancy DVD with polygons. Instead of passing through menus that stick and stutter, you get to navigate a seamless, three-dimensional environment that replicates one of the series' most prominent locations. In short, the Silent Hill experience gives die-hard Silent Hill fans something to creep and crawl over. Number 12. Namco Museum Battle Collection. If you're a fan of the classics and you haven't already purchased the other 15 or so versions of Namco Museum that have been released over the years, or if you're just looking to take an arcade-perfect version of Galaga around with you in your pocket, the PSP edition of Namco Museum is a good choice. Number 11. Capcom Classics Collection Remixed. The Capcom Classics Collection Remix for the PSP is a great collection of games that no one should be without. You probably won't play this game all the time, but anytime you get the urge to play Sidearms, Final Fight, or any of the other games, then you're set. Number 10. Activision Hits Remix. If you're into Atari 2600 games and are looking for an easy way to play some of that system's greatest games on the go, Activision Hits Remixed won't steer you wrong. It's got a good deal of variety, and aside from the occasional paddle game, they play exactly how you'll remember them. Number 9. Power Stone Collection. Power Stone Collection is sure to please fans that have since had to stow their Dreamcasts, as well as anyone just looking for some quick brawling fun. It's too bad that internet play wasn't included, a feature that would make the game far more replayable, but even without it, the crazy, fast-paced gameplay still stands out. Number 8. Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded. While it's unfortunate that the emulation isn't perfect on the Street Fighter games, they are still playable. The support for game sharing also makes this a good package for anyone looking to play PSP games with a friend. Not every game in the collection is a winner, but there's enough here to make it worth picking up if you're a fan. Number 7. Metal Gear Solid Digital Graphic Novel. The interactive elements don't exactly move mountains, but the rest of the content and overall experience is a trip every Metal Gear Solid fan should take. Gamers who have never played the MGS series but enjoy graphic novels owe it to themselves to get this game. It's a new level of storytelling for graphic novels. Number 6. Metal Slug Anthology. Metal Slug Anthology is a complete package for any fan of the addictive shooter, even with the annoying load times that show up often. Still, it's hard to ignore the action-packed collection that is still just as fun as the day you play it on the arcades. If anything, this is a real must-have for fans new and old. Number 5. Gradius Collection. Gradius Collection probably could have benefited from providing more information or background about each game, considering this package is clearly aimed at fans of this subject matter. But what's important is that all 5 of the games in here are still challenging, fun to play, and genuinely exciting. Number 4. Final Fantasy IV The Complete Collection. FF4 The Complete Collection boasts an impressive amount of gameplay and bonus content. FF4 weighs in at more than 30 hours itself, including side quests and optional dungeons imported from the Game Boy Advance version. This is a compelling package, and one sure to satisfy all your role-playing game cravings. Number 3. Beaterator. A collaborative effort between Rockstar and hip-hop producer Timbaland, Beaterator is a less of a game and more of a program that allows users to mix together their own samples and loops into a cohesive musical piece. If you're a fan of hip-hop or electronic music and interested in creating your own tracks, then Beaterator is definitely worth a look. Number 2. Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles. Cold-blooded or not, Konami has put together a solid package in Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles. On a single disc, you get 2 ways to enjoy one of the more elaborate old-school Castlevanias, as well as a linguistically upgraded rendition of the game that started the current trend of Metroid-inspired Castlevanias.
No! I'll never submit to your master! I'd sooner die here!
Number 1. Sega Genesis Collection. The Sega Genesis Collection is one of the most satisfying, well put together classic game compilations to date. Even if you were an avid fan of the Genesis back in its heyday, chances are you never got around to playing a number of these games, many of which are still quite fun and remarkably challenging even by today's standard.